Gintv.
We getting it in.
Was you at the Cuban Links with Raekwon?
Yeah. Well, we
Did
could.
you now
I don't even think I
like
got in.
when we did that album release party?
Yeah, it was like everybody was like, I don't even think I got in. It was like so much people, media people, like outside, like trying to.
Yeah.
I might have got in like towards the end or something. Maybe you
But it
pulled me
was
or something.
hard to facilitate that, but
Yeah,
everybody wanted to be there and every media person wanted to get interviews um at that event. And that was very, very interesting. But I managed along with my team to make it happen and with the best of our ability to where the client was happy. Certain people probably didn't get certain names, from that event because everybody came out for that. As far as the rappers, um, came out for that, but they understood. And for me, I always try to make up to my media people. Like
yeah, that's true.
if you didn't get something that you wanted, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna try to set something up so where it's just you and them, you know. So somehow, we always kind of work it out. So some publicists, like somebody like yourself, they wouldn't even consider you media.
Right.
So they wouldn't even they'll treat you funny. And not only you, if it could be Ebony, it could be maybe not Essence, but it could be the Source. They don't see those outlets as media. So we have to, or sister to sister, one time, I was working with Tyra Banks and, they was bringing in certain people. So I was like, oh no, she has to talk to sister. But somebody else on her team was like, oh no, we have to keep going. So I looked at Tyra and I was like, they don't want you to talk to sister. She was like, no, I have to talk to them because she understands African American media to where other people they don't understand African American media. So she stopped and she did the interview and then she stopped and she was like, "Please listen to him. Like if he wants me to talk to somebody, yeah, I'll have to make sure that I talk to him because they didn't necessarily get." A sister to sister magazine, and why should she stop for them? But Tyra did,
Right.
and sometimes our people have to do that. And you'll see that a lot on the red carpet where like maybe it's Taraji P or one of them who will recognize us and be like, oh no, I got to talk to them, to where their publicists may not be so familiar with this outlet, So, a lot of the new people, my thing was, I don't know who JP gonna be in years to come. So of course I'm gonna want JP to do my interview with my clients because once he start working for NBC, he's gonna always look out for me. When I come to him,
Smart thinking,
we
smart thinking.
all yeah, and then we all have a beginning. I know I had a beginning and it was hard for me. Everybody wasn't so nice to me. So, and I didn't understand that at all. Like I was just like, well, dang, these people is kind of mean sometimes. But again, that's where I said, let me separate myself. I don't want to get into cliquish or this said that or this person said this about this publicist. My thing is I'm still me trying to get my clients into an event that they probably felt like my client shouldn't be. And I'm talking about celebrities. And then I forced my way through with my celebrity clients to get an event. And then you got the other publicists like, why did you do that? What the fuck am I supposed to tell my clients that they can't go? They're gonna find somebody else who could get them in the event.
Right.
But stuff like that happens, and then now the other publicists don't want to speak to you, but maybe their type of event was supposed to be for certain people. It's like so crazy, like, and like how they do the A list and then the B list and all this kind of stuff, or who they want and who they don't want. It's a lot of that goes on, and it's a lot of funniness going on, and you have to like kind of like maneuver around it, you know.
So is
But
that
I've learned the game, and it's cool now. Not it's nothing. But at the end of the day, it's all about your relationships. Like how you were able to reach out to me. It's about the relationships that you have with other people, and those relationships will take you into things that you might want to do, or get you invited to certain places because such and such. You know, yeah. But the publicity game is all about relationships, and sometimes we get mixed up with managers because of the things that we do. Some people be like, "Are you the manager or are you the publicist?" You know, so
So is that a real thing? Is A list, B list? Is that a literal thing? Like, do they really have like a list that would be like, okay, these are A people and
no,
oh, okay,
no, but that exists. But
right.
they don't. We may write it, but who's A list and who's B list. Um,
But your clients
and
are mostly, I know you have mostly A-list clients, I would say.
yeah, I would say, um, but it depends on to who. But yeah, most of mine are. But it depends on where they at and who amongst who, because you have the industry like television industry. Ice T is in television industry. Law and Order, that's a big show, a very big show. You
Right,
know, to where his level of where he is, his wife Coco is not on. Not that she's not on the same level, but they're married, so that's a different type of thing when you start branding them together.
right,
But necessarily it may not, the stuff that she'll do may not necessarily always be what Ice does. And the same thing with Ice T and Busta Rhymes. Just because somebody want to sit down and talk to Ice T, they may not necessarily want to talk to Busta Rhymes. Saturday Night Live may want Ice T, but they may not want Busta. Not saying that that's an actual thing, but I'm just saying, you know, and that's where that list stuff comes in. But it's by industry,
mm,
because of course in music, Busta is just everybody in music is gonna want to talk to a Busta Rhymes, of course,
mm.
but um, they may not in a different kind of industry,
Like in the film
especially
world,
sports. Sports is completely different, but you just never know. Then you have Lil Kim where, um, well, she's crossed over so many barriers. When she does do press, most people want to talk to her still.
right?
So, it's just, it's kind of different, but, um, like, it's like a lot of little different things, especially too when, like, your clients, like such as Busta Rhymes and Little Kim, when they're not reinventing themselves, but more so coming out in a time of today to where they're used to something different. Um, it's just basically about them making sure that they get what they want and understanding how to get that. Because it could be weird. And I don't know if you ever heard a person say, "Oh, they got a machine behind them," or the machine is the record label.
Right.
The record label is making sure that certain things is happening. They're giving the extra big push, but behind everything else. Gintv.com.